Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, give me your good of week 7.
All right. My good. I got to call this podcast out a little bit. I've
Oh no,
been listening the last couple weeks.
I'm sorry.
Been hearing a lot of Packer hate.
Well, yeah, coming from Ryan,
We
it's
got we got
denial. It's
we
denial.
got we got Ryan picking the Cardinals. We got Ryan picking the Texans. But my good goes to the Packers, more specifically their defense.
Yeah,
A lot of skepticism from across this screen.
yeah, 100%.
And me too. I'm not going to just.
Okay.
Well, we didn't know what we were going to get, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now
Yeah.
we see they're finally starting to get into their defense. We see what it's capable of. The Texans are not a bad team. To me, my opinion, they're a top 5 team in the AFC, and you did that to them. They scored 22 points, but they started with the ball on the 41-yard line of the Packers on average. They were getting great field position. The defense is getting pressure. They got pressure on Stroud on 49% of his dropbacks. That's the highest of his career. We saw the numbers that he put up. Jair Alexander versus Stephon Diggs, that as a career has been bad for Diggs. He's in 7 games has 8 targets for 21 yards and 0 touchdowns. Jair likes to talk. Diggs likes to talk. So far, Alexander's come out on top. It hurts that they didn't have Nico Collins. Obviously, that's a big deal. Mixon put up some decent numbers, but that's what their defense is. They're going to force you to run, beat us running. That's fine. They weren't going to let Stroud beat them. That clearly was their game plan. I'm just impressed with how aggressive they've been. And now they just hired Robert Saleh today to be part of their coaching staff. So we will see where it can go from here.
Yeah, no, good. I don't know if it was a needed hire, honestly. I'll be honest with you. I'm just like, I have been, especially this week, you're kind of impressed just because of how good Stroud's been at the start of his career. The way the Packers defense attacks. I like that. And because they attack, it produces opportunities for the secondary, which Xavier McKinney, who I did mention on the podcast, I think is the second best signing in free agency this offseason so far. I mean, Barkley, he had a couple good games, but I mean, he's got like a turnover or interception like most of the games this year. So to me, I just think like him being a ball hawk works well with the chaotic nature of the attacking the quarterback constantly, because the ball will be up in play sometimes. And you're right, the run defenses might be something they can look into, and maybe that's why they got Saleh in there. But I am impressed with the Packers defense. And honestly, denial is the right word. Is like, I wanted the Lions to have like 1 or 2 seasons where we didn't have to worry about the Packers. Unfortunately, is not going to be the case moving forward here. So it's one of the things I gotta throw the white flag in, and just give up on a talking point.
And another thing, while we're on Green Bay, Love. Those are some 2 bad interceptions. I don't like that, but he's going to make more plays than he's going to make mistakes.
He's like Brett Favre, right?
That's who I would compare him to.
Yeah.
He's Brett Favre. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to be, clearly. He's Brett Favre. But what's wrong with Favre? He went to 2 Super Bowls.
No, nothing.
Right? And we're talking about his interceptions. You would agree Patrick Mahomes is a pretty good quarterback, right?
Well, he's the best quarterback in the league, yeah.
Okay. Well, Love has 8 picks. Mahomes has 8 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Love has 15 touchdowns. Mahomes has 6. Mm-hmm. So we hear all this criticism about Love and his decision making, but we never hear that about Mahomes. This might just be who Love is, but he doesn't think about it. He doesn't have that memory of the interception. He goes out and he throws a dart to Wicks in the corner, or he hits a crossing route, or he just has these big plays that you can just see the potential in him. So to me, for a second-year quarterback, I'm okay with that as our offense.
Yeah, I think is why it's so jarring is that is not what we're used to when watching football today. Quarterbacks are very much not gunslingers. They kind of want to play safe, not turn the ball over. They're more accurate, like, and so you're used to them not taking those risks that Jordan Love will take. And I think that's why it's so surprising. I am still like, when I watch him, I'll see him throw a ball into triple coverage and somehow complete it, and then I'll see him throw that like 4-yard pick, like, where you're throwing the ball, dude. Like, so it's like you're getting the good with the bad. But the thing is, if the defense is going to be this good, it's going to complement it, because if your defense isn't giving up a point every time you turn it over, then it's not going to hurt you as bad, in the season, if your defense can make up for some of your mistakes.
I just hate that the North is this good.
I know, me too.
There's no way 4 teams come out. That's just, I don't see that happening. So someone's going to get eaten up. And honestly, it literally could be any of the 4. I don't know who to pick. Right now, I'd have the Bears missing the playoffs out of the 4 because they're still a little young. But I'm scared to watch the Lions and Vikings and Packers just beat each other up. Think every game is going to be a roll of the dice.
Well, personally, I think the Lions are going to be safe. Like, they've got going. I mean, we could talk about that a little bit more, but like, Jared Goff seems to has found his rhythm into the season. I think he only has like 15 incompletions in the last 4 games or something like that. Like, he does not.
It helps when you go 18 for 18 in a game. Right?
Yeah, I know. But like, one was like 23 of 18, another one was 20 of 25. Like, he's not throwing stupid passes. I think it was 22 of 25 actually. So it's like he's been on point. As long as that run game keeps going, it's going to be nice. It's the question of, I think the worry, if you're the Lions, is, do you have a pass rush with Aiden out? And they did not when Minnesota was catching up last week. So that's my concern. But as far as the Packer goes, I think they're going to be okay too, because I don't think the NFC is that strong this year. So I think all the strong teams are kind of in the North, and I think you might have 3 possible Super Bowl contenders in the North. That's the scary part. So I don't think the Bears are there. But
is it realistic for 4 teams to come out? Because technically all 4 could make the playoffs.
I could see it. Like, who else do you trust? Like, in the AFC East, do you trust the Eagles? I mean, NFC East, do you trust the Eagles? Like, maybe, but, the West, you only got the Niners, but then, the West, the Seahawks or the Niners. I don't know. I don't trust either one of those teams very, very much right now. So,
yeah, the Niners don't look as good as they have been. I think they'll look better when McCaffrey comes back, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We got a lot of season left.
100%. Okay, I'm going to give my good to Russell Wilson coming off the bench and kind of just doing what he had to do to help the Steelers win. This is where I might have to take an L, not yet, but just for the first time this season. I've been like, I'd rather see Justin Fields start for the Steelers, because at least he's electric on the ground. Like, he could do stuff with his legs that Russell Wilson can't. But in this game in particular, Russell Wilson did some really good things, including just giving his wide receivers opportunities to make plays on the ball, which is not something like Justin Fields really did. And he had 264 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they beat the Jets. So I'm going to give my good to Russell Wilson and the Steelers this week.
Yeah, and you just see how a quarterback throwing like that, how much that changed Pickens, right?
That's what I mean, yeah.
An up and down receiver, but to get over 100 yards and a touchdown, you didn't see that with Fields. So I don't know. I would have liked to see Fields, because I think that might be their future, but I'm done questioning Tomlin. There's just something with him as a coach. I don't know.
He'll end up 500, 9-8 at the end of the year. So, okay, let's go on to our bad. What was your bad? Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.